YouTube, today we are back with another tutorial video for you guys. We are doing a low to mid taper on some coarse hair. So right now we are just brushing, getting everything flat. You use a comb brush, start off with a comb, maybe use a brush after, but I just like doing it straight up with the brush. I feel like it lays it down a little bit flatter. Um, Makes this process go by just that much quicker to save you some time, make you some more money. So we're just ensuring that all the hair right here is flat to the scalp. And then likewise right here, we're taking this one guard. I like to use the second to last closed notch. So close it all the way, open it one notch, just to ensure that we don't cut it down too low and we don't hit an improper angle, angling the clipper down too much, creating a bald spot. So we're just flattening everything out, getting everything real nice and flat. This will be an enhanced cut. So, when you know that your client is getting enhancements, you're going to cut it differently compared to if they weren't going to get enhancements. So, a non-enhanced haircut, you might need to detail the fade in certain areas more compared likewise to an enhanced haircut where you're going to end up just spraying over that area anyway. It's not a right to be lazy. It's just a right of detailing and knowing what is on your plate at the specific time, right? So right here we're hitting him with some alcohol, 90% isopropyl alcohol, and cleaning the oils off of his skin. We need the skin to be as clean as possible because the enhancements are a skin stainer at the end of the day. So we need to stain that skin. And you see right here we're doing a low to mid taper. We're keeping it a uniform as like a rainbow to create that pop, to create some nice gradients from light to dark. So we're just doing open no guard into a 1.5 close to open, just fading into that, fading into the top of his hair. Right here we have a 0.5 close to open. Yeah, man. And then we're gonna go follow this on the bottom line, obviously closed to open, no guard. So that's how it is, man. I flat with this type of hair. I flatten the hair. I make my guideline open, 1.5 above that closed to a open, and then I fade back down. So it's pretty simple steps. One of the biggest parts about cutting coarse hair like this is you need to make the lineup dark and pop. You need to make it pop. You need to give that contrast of light to dark, especially with the lineup. That's the most important part. And we don't have to overcomplicate the fade either. We're not fading it into a 3 guard, into a 4 guard. We're just fading it into a simple 1.5. We can keep this simple. We can keep the steps simple, quick, and clean. So right here we have a better angle so you can see what I'm actually doing. Yeah, man, we're just getting everything clean. I love these Saber clippers. They're amazing. They do everything very well. So we're just detailing using our corners. That's the biggest thing about barbering. You got to use your corners. You got to develop that eye, man. You got to see, you can get your cuts to Instagram like, TikTok like quality. You know what they look like, replicate that. Just don't stop cutting until your hair cut looks like the ones on Instagram, on TikTok. Right here, you can see I'm just using my corners, man. Detail work. We're gonna do this back right. We're gonna do this back right here. So earlier you can see I kind of created a light bald spot. I believe it's just the shape of his head right there. I think it grows just lighter right there, but man, we're barbers with the fix issues. So right here I'm just blending the darker areas around it, so it doesn't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we're just blending the darker spots around it. That back taper is just as important as those side tapers. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, that's that insurance. The back side is that insurance. Everyone can make a fade look good from the sides, like mirror point of view. But how does it look when others are looking at you? It needs to look crisp. It needs to look clean. So we're just doing the exact same steps on the sides as we are in the back. Open, no guard, to a 1.5 closed, to open if you need to for detailing. I like to use every single lever notch in between a close and an open. I think they're all necessary. Right here we're doing a 0.5 close to open, just using our corners, flicking out. A lot of detail work, man. A lot of detail work goes into giving out consistent gray haircuts. You need to detail. Yeah, man, we're just using our corners everywhere I go. I keep saying it, but that's very important. Not enough people use it. I also have two different half guards. I have the wall premium half guard, and I have the basic non-premium half guard, the green or gray guard. I think both of them are extremely necessary. I think when you're just doing everyone and you're just wanting a basic 0.5 guard, you start with the premium. But for minute, very tight detailing, that's when you switch to that green-gray non-premium wall guard. It just cuts that much closer, especially if you cut the teeth off. There's videos online about how to do it, but right here where just ensuring that lineup is perfectly flat, just going over it with that one close all the way. Yeah, man, so we got these Babyliss 2.0. I was trying to blade out, man. I'm not really a big fan, really. I just got the Gamma Boosteds. They were on sale. I really like those. I was debating whether those or Sabers. I just went with those because I got them on a really good sale. I don't know why Macy's was selling them for like $80, so I went ahead and got one. I really like it a lot, but these are decent. These are decent. You know, they're not the best. I think it's the blade. I think the body's just fine. But, you know, we're still getting crispy lines, man. We're still getting them in. Just connect. You see on my left glove, I have that pencil markings right there too. That's how I apply the pencil so I don't have to go over and do something twice. And this ensures for me personally that I don't push anything back, right? It gives me that line so it gives me a nice, great guideline so I can, okay, there's that. I don't need to push anything back, especially with an enhanced cut. See, the difference is with a non-enhanced cut and an enhanced cut, I'd apply holding spray on an enhanced cut before the lineup, on an unenhanced cut before the lineup. So if I wasn't going to use enhancements, I do alcohol, let that dry, and then holding spray. On enhancements, I don't do any holding spray at all. It's a skin stainer. You can't clean the skin, create a barrier, and then put enhancements on top. It doesn't make sense. You need to clean the skin and leave it. And also, likewise, you don't need to spray something on top of the enhancements for something to grab the enhancements once they shower, it comes off. It's a skin stainer. You want it to stain the skin. You want it to marinate on the skin. You want it to get on the skin and settle and really sit there and marinate into so it can really stick and stay on for 2, 3, 4 days. You know, enhancements some of my clients do tell me that their enhancements stay on for 4+, not plus, but 4-ish days. You know, that's perfect because by day 5, sometimes the fade is already gone anyway. So there's just different ways. You know, you gotta know what you're about to do, what your client likes. If they like enhancements, if they don't like enhancements, they don't like enhancements. Like that, like I said, do the holding spray method. Yeah, man, we're just getting this neckline real crispy. Everything's coming out real good, bro. The enhancements are gonna make this pop. This is my boy Jay, man. I've been cutting him for a few years now, bro. Easy cuts to do. So when these easy cuts you can do, this is when you make that perfect Instagram quality. He's not asking for the world. He's asking for a basic cut. So I just try to do the best basic cut you can basically get. I try to give him the best haircut. Right here, we got this enhancement. We got the Avanti airbrush compressor with the wire. I don't do the cordless. The cordless clog up too much. I don't care if you got the no clog, they suck. Good job, cameraman. This is a great angle. What an idiot. We're just tapping. You're blending. You know, nowadays, barbers, bro, we got to be barbers and we got to be painters. We got to get the barber degree and we got to work at Sharon Williams part-time, man. This is just how it is, bro. Just how it is. It's just how it is, bro. It's just how it is. You're not gonna, if you don't use enhancements, I'm sorry, you're not gonna blow up. I don't want to sound like that, but it's just modern day barbering. You know, because some people like this. A lot of people like this. A lot of people like this extra pop. So you got to learn the skill on how to do it. Now, if you are starting off, don't you dare pick it up. Put it down. Like crack. Put it down. You don't need it. Please, if you are starting and your cuts are not looking clean yet, do not use it. People are going to be pissed if you're giving them a horrible haircut and then on top of that, you're spraying some tentations on their skull. No one wants that, bro. I promise you no one wants that. Man, you see we're straight razor, we just lean them back, bro. This is extremely crispy. This low to mid taper with that nice burst effect, bro. This is perfect. Everything's sharp. I'm pulling that skin. I'm hitting that angle 45 degrees. I'm ensuring a crispy line. And you see that white pencil I applied, that tannish pencil I applied, boom, it's just fading out nicely. Just fading out nicely. And then if any spots seem a little more dense, you might apply it a little bit too much, just go ahead and use your thumb. Use your finger. Maybe run the razor over it a couple more times. It'll blend out. And then there you go, bro. Simple, low to mid taper. It doesn't get easier than that, man. Step by step. Very clean. Very, very straight. Very symmetrical. All the lines are hidden. Fade is popped. YouTube. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. I really appreciate everyone watching this, man. And have a good day, bro. I appreciate y'all.